fantastic. So for those of you who are new in our agency think tank, this is not meant to be a webinar. We'll have portions that we'll teach, but in the beginning, we're going to review your homework assignment from last week. And if you weren't here last week, then you get a pass. But this is about getting stuff done. This is about growing your agency. We're going to implement these tasks together. We have a lot of training to share. And then we'll assign new homework at the end of each session. And I think you'll find that as we go through these particular tasks and systematize your agency, which is the whole point of having a platform like Vendasta, you're going to be able to grow what we call your lighthouse client, your primary client, get more of that done and start to be able to focus on those relationships instead of trying to go out and get new leads, which is the big headache that we see here. And we're going to go through 3 phases, which is to start, grow, and scale your agency. To get the basics in place, to be able to get to $10,000 a month, to be able to get to $1 million plus per month. And this is something that we've done for hundreds of agencies. And we think that this is greenfield and there is no better place to do it than with Vendasta. And I believe that there's so much opportunity here just for folks who can document what they do, build their brand, and go through a lot of these processes. So that said, let me share my screen. And then let's go through a few of these submissions from before. And if you have not made your 1 minute or 15-second video, just get that done after our meeting today and queue it up for next time. If there are any of the training materials that you have not seen before, you can ask inside our group. There's a Slack channel, and hopefully we can create a Facebook group to show these items as well. Okay, let's go look at the chat. Let's see, who will start here at the top? The news, is that it? No, that's something else. Okay, Darlene, let's see, on YouTube. And anything that you do on any channel is reusable. So what you're gonna find in terms of the feedback that we give you, it's gonna work anywhere. You might have to format it slightly differently, like landscape on YouTube. So let's see what we have. How much should we spend on
out on my morning walk and just loving the new week, the new day. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. You know, I get asked all the time, how much should we be spending on our marketing? And usually I, give an answer of 3 to 8% of your gross revenue. And I usually get shock and awe when I give them that number. But let me ask you a question. For every dollar that you spend on marketing, if you got 5 in return, would it be worth it? For every dollar that you spend, if you got $10 back, would it be worth it? Listen, if your marketing in this day and age is not delivering an ROI, it's time to reevaluate your marketing efforts.
This is very good. Now, some of the things that we can do to cross-post and repurpose is show captions, cut it to square, either like 3:4 format, or even parts of what Darlene has here, you can cut to 9:16 and run as a story. So this is great. The idea, how much should I spend on marketing my business? This is something that we should be able to rank on Google for on the long tail if we have multiple pieces of content, and then even if we bring in what other people have to say. So you can see that someone else has the authoritative snippet up here with the featured snippet. You have, yeah, most of these guys are not high enough authority for us to worry about outranking us. We could easily get, and look at all the ads here too, we could easily get into the Google search results, especially with universal search, let's say on video. How much did you spend a budget? Here's mine. How much do Facebook ads cost? I put that on the Keep blog. So when we're generating leads, when we're boosting posts, we want to take this content and post it across multiple channels and then post it on, for example, let's say here's the Dennis Yu public figure page, right? This is a Facebook page. Can we get the sound? Can we turn the sound off in the back? Dylan, can we reduce the sound? Appreciate it. We're doing a webinar. So you can see this is a public figure page. And then we can boost these components here, these posts from here, and then target the people that are in our lighthouse. So whoever we are wanting to serve, if it's dentists, if it's people in our city, then we can take any of our content and be seen anywhere, right? So the beauty of boosting on Facebook is you can make it look like it's organic and make it be seen by who you want to have, which is the lighthouse training we had before. Notice this is not a Facebook profile. This is a public figure page. It's a business page that is called Dennis Yu. You'll still have your agency. That's one page, and you'll have your public figure page. So when you take these little moments, often could be photos. This is from Social Media Marketing World just a couple days ago, or little snippets. Like I was hiking in the forest, and people ask me all the time, you know, how much should I spend on my ads? Here's another one. Here's a teacher that teaches in our program.
Several universities, and I teach primarily. I got sidetracked with their goodbye. And I literally picked it up, and I couldn't remember how to disconnect, like how to turn off the ringer without hanging.
Good, like that. And so this is just, you know, how you do real content, and we'll cut that into smaller 15-second snippets. Let's go back to our list. Is that good, Darlene? That's good. You've got, what is it, 20 or 30 views on this already? 19 views on this. You could boost this post. You could turn it into a bumper on YouTube. I don't care whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. You could completely reuse this. I would take this video, come to LinkedIn, and just come over here and post it. So if you look at the notifications that I have here on, well, these are my notifications, but like here, I'm talking about something, whether it's text or it's a video, I'm just cross-posting it here. And already this has gotten almost 6,000 views, right? So
would you be posting the YouTube link, Dennis, or uploading it natively to LinkedIn?
Oh, everything that's a good point, Devin. Everything upload natively. So if you post a YouTube link on Facebook, that's like driving into the BMW dealership, you know, with a Ford or something. Like, you're not going to do that, right? And all the algorithms are designed to prefer when you post things natively. So if I'm going to make a post here, let's say I come here and I want to upload. See, this is Welton. Welton's the funeral home king. So we've been teaching him, and he's grown this thing to, I think, 170 funeral homes paying him $2,500 a month. He's got a small team, but see, he's doing the same thing, right? It's working well. You'll see he's cross-posting this on Instagram, Facebook, whatnot. But if I come here and I post and I grab a .mp4 out of my Amazon or Dropbox or wherever you guys are sharing, I could take one of these and I could say, what is this anyway?
Hi guys, this is Todd Karolchek. I'm the marketing manager for Maintainer Corporation in Sheldon, Iowa. We make trucks, not little ones, but actual real service trucks, mechanics trucks, lube trucks. We also make a line of rescue vehicles. And I just wanted to thank you for the presentation at Trend Digital yesterday. I'd love to get the slides. I'm actually going to try to do a Facebook Live next week as a test, and my first time, so any tips you have there would be.
See, he's a little bit over the 15 seconds because he didn't use the XYZ model. So I'll say, thank you, Todd, you are the truck king. Truck king. Okay. And then I might even say, it could be as light as this, and literally I'm posting it, right? I'm just cross-sharing content. Was it a whole blog post? Was it something where I had deep insight? No, I'm just sharing some piece of content. And for those of you who haven't seen it before, all of the videos and photos and whatnot, I have uploaded to 4 different places at the same time. I've got it here on Amazon, on my Google iCloud, on not Facebook, what is it that I have? Dropbox, and I can't remember the 4th one, but constantly taking short little videos. Here's a friend who grew his channel from nothing to, what is it, 4 million views in a couple months, and I asked him, how do you do this?
This is just on one channel, Pick Dogs, 3.6 million views, and you can see it has only started a couple months ago. Look at that.
So I'm asking him, how do you do that, right? How did you do SEO to beat YouTube, which is part of Google, and other bits like that? So lots and lots of short pieces. Or let's see, here's short videos with other people, or here's from being on stage, or there's Michael Stelzner. This is a lightweight moment where he's talking about how he's drinking stevia.
Protect my voice. What do you like? Why do you like this stevia so much?
Caffeine.
Head northwest on East Harbor Drive towards Salida Loop.
Oops. Right, just lightweight moments. And this is with other industry figureheads. So in this case, Social Media Marketing World, that's the guy who runs it, founded it, largest event in our industry. And you'll see lots of these pieces. And I'm just cross-posting it here. And I'm cross-posting it on, I come here natively and I can upload this here. And the beauty is that I can boost it. I can take any of these. Here's my friend, AJ Wilcox. How can you nail Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn at the same time? So he's super well known. Oh, this had an error on it, but anyway, look, even Facebook's telling me that it's working pretty well. If I go look at his profile on LinkedIn, because he's known for LinkedIn, but it can be whatever. Check this out. Oh, by the way, always come in and endorse people. You have 50 skills that you can choose. I'd load up all 50. Look at the ones that I have as a good example. Endorse other people, which is not the same as recommendations, and that will affect what shows up in your algorithm, or in your newsfeed and others. Look, here's one. Everyone at social media marketing world today, don't miss Dennis Yu's presentation on how to get better pricing on Facebook ads, right? So then I'm taking this, I'm sharing, I'm commenting, right? We're constantly going across all the channels at the same time. Same thing if we go to our Instagram. I think you see the pattern here. Let's keep going. Keegan posted on LinkedIn. You can post anywhere you want. You can hire a virtual assistant to be able to cross-post it somewhere else too.
Effective selling techniques.
Oh, what is the pause for?
By talking only 20% of the time and listening 80% of the
interesting.
time, I know better what my customer needs so I can find the right products for them.
What a cool example of listening. You got my attention. Okay. And always comment. If other people comment on your stuff, you should comment back. So this Tanner guy says the Pareto principle applies to many aspects of business and life. That was an hour ago, so I wouldn't blame Keegan for not being able, not replying back, but always comment, reply back. That'll give you triple the engagement. And if they said something good, well, here we go. Connect with them and say, always include a note. Love your video. Love your 20-second video. Okay. So good. Cross-post that too. You can turn it to maybe a blog post. Well, that wasn't long enough to turn to a blog post. Let's see. Michael P. Let's choose one of these. By the way, don't think you have to post only on LinkedIn. You could post it anywhere. Okay, horizontal video.
About marketing and business and all that. But it's even better to not just think about like a single webinar, but also thinking about a community of people, a support network that you can join, get feedback on, encourage each other. I'm just in a webinar right now with a whole bunch of other agency owners.
Oh, that's so cool.
We're all working together to push ourselves to be our very best. And we're learning too.
Yeah, good. See? Michael. Oh, connect these other people. Why is that not showing up? Who knows? Let's close that. Let's see what else we got. Andrew. Oh no, Mitchell Slater. All right. I saw you just joined, Mitch. Let's look at a couple of these. Once we get through these, I'm going to show you how to boost posts the right way. Because a lot of folks, if you're just starting and you haven't built a personal brand, you don't have a big audience yet, it can be kind of a chicken and egg where you're not getting a lot of connections, a lot of feedback. So we want to boost to overcome that initial, what's the sound of one tree falling in the forest kind of thing. Let's load up another one while we're waiting. Michael. And if you guys, are you guys able to hear me and see me? Can you comment yes here?
Yeah, we can still hear you. We can still see you.
I'm wondering why this is not showing up. Why is this not? Is it LinkedIn? Maybe LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a little goofy today. That's why you don't want to be dependent upon one channel, right? If LinkedIn isn't working or Facebook isn't working or, your email isn't delivering or whatever it is, you always want to have backup channels. I don't know why that's not working. Well, we'll come back.
Oh, maybe we finally lost him. Somebody else still with me. Is it him or is it us? We'll see. Okay, I'm still hearing. I'm still seeing yeses. So we'll stand by while Dennis gets some tethering going on.
I can hear you, Devin.
Okay, perfect. Everybody else is still good. It's Dennis's internet. That's all right. Yeah, I think all these examples are really good. If you've got more, please put them in these links, and I think we'll start looking at them like after Friday as well, and try and give feedback kind of like throughout the week. I think Andrew was helping make sure people had their homework done. So he might be on your case, and that's a good thing. So are there any questions so far? Or if you do have questions, put them into the channel as well, and we'll try and get Dennis to answer them when you're back. I think one of the things I really want him to talk about when he's back is he's got this whole $1-a-day strategy. And for those of you who haven't heard of it or haven't seen him talk about it on stage, it's really how do we take these videos from here and without spending a fortune, without spending, you know, thousands and thousands or even hundreds of dollars, how can you do for $1 a day or for a smaller budget a day, kind of find out and figure out how the videos are working out, which ones are your winners, which ones are your losers. And that's another part of kind of the strategy that I hope he's coming back to cover, which is really about building your greatest hits. So if you're doing this kind of thing consistently and you get over that hump of turning the camera on and, you know, talking to the screen, you're actually putting out as much content as you possibly can. Well, how do you figure out like what's actually driving business? What's actually driving some of the leads?
Sorry about that. Hey, I'm back.
We're good. I was riffing. I was vamping.
Oh, you're good. All right.
That's all right. I'll give it back to you. Go ahead. We were actually going to talk about $1 a day and finding the greatest hits, I hope. So
yeah, I've got a hard connection here, so this hopefully should work. All right, let's see Mitch's submission here.
And it's free. I was at a client's a few months ago, and they were convinced that the people going to their website were 50 and 60-year-olds, when actually it was the Gen Z and millennial generation. So get analytics installed on your website so you can see who is actually going to your website. That'll actually change up what you're doing for marketing, because if you're trying to target 60-year-olds or 20-year-olds, you're going to do things a little bit differently. So install it. It's free. Look at who's going to your website.
And then link to an article that you wrote or video next on how to do that. And maybe consider...
sorry, Dennis, your screen is...
Oh, shoot. I'm not sharing the screen. I got to reshare the screen.
We could hear it.
All right.
We heard Mitch's amazing advice.
All right, here we go. People say that I have a face made for radio. They say, Dennis, you should do a podcast. Don't do video anymore. We just want to hear your voice. Okay. So this is great. I would consider a slightly different headline. This is good. Here's one thing that Google Analytics would reveal that you don't know. It's sort of BuzzFeed-ish, or you can say something that would attract people's attention to watch the rest of this video. Take this video, upload it to your public figure page, like over here. Turn the captions on, and that way people can hear what's going on because it's a sound off kind of environment. Let's talk about boosting posts a little bit. So a week ago, I gave a keynote in Athens, Greece, and they put me on the screen. But because of travel logistics with San Diego and keynoting at another conference on the same day, I wasn't able to fly out to Greece. I really wanted to go. I mean, look at this room. This looks great, right? And you can see here that this got 2,000 reach, 97 engagements, a little bit low. We want closer to 10% to see whether a post is doing well. So we're about 6%. And let's take a look at the engagement here. An engagement is a like, comment, or a share. Certain comments are worth more than other comments, and certainly likes are not worth as much as comments. So let's take a look at what other people are saying. And okay, beautiful, good luck. By the way, if you see the comment and like ratio out of whack, it's a sign that you have bad traffic, or your content is made to just get people to click like, such as if you say, please click like if you like this cat, or like, don't do stuff like that. This is about average. It's about a quarter. Actually, not even a quarter. This is like 1/5. We want to have closer to a quarter if we can. If you have just a ton of likes and not many comments, yeah, it's not a good sign.
Real quick on that, Dennis, do you have a slide or any part of your deck that shows benchmarks? I know I've seen you share something before. That would be helpful.
Yes, we call that the standards of excellence. And that's something we should do as another separate webinar, because we're going into analytics of troubleshooting on what's working well or not. But let's cover that one a bit later. Otherwise, we'll never end up covering the main material here. Okay. So this is the conference organizer, and he said Inception, because he knows Inception is the dream inside the dream. So let's take a look at what he posted. So this is my post, right? You saw that. And he took a screenshot of that from the stage, showing here in Greece that he put me on the big screen, right? Isn't that neat? So it's a picture of a picture of a picture. And I could even take a picture of this. I could do this. I could say this. And I'll come in here and I'll say, to attach a photo. I love playing these games. I can even turn this into a blog post.
I love watching Dennis do this because he's just posted more content than most of us post in a week, by the way.
Live. There's no excuse. Yeah. Oh, I'm so busy. Yeah, well, took you a whole minute to make an excuse on making a 15-second video, right? You could have made 4 15-second videos in the amount of time that it took you. Double inception. Okay. And doing stuff like this is proof that you know what you're doing, and clients love it. Like, this sort of thing is way more exciting than just whatever, doing PowerPoints. See, look, here's another behind the scenes. This is Rich Schefren. We were in Miami, 2 weeks ago, and we're showing what happens when we're with Russell Brunson and, Dean Graziosi and these other people, and just showing that, hey, we're behind the scenes. Now we're boosting. Well, actually, I could take this. This is almost 10%. This is what, 8%. Now I could boost it to the other people that follow the other people that we're speaking with. Now, when I'm boosting, don't make the classic mistake. Yes, you can put a button. Do not put a button unless you intentionally want to drive them to a URL. And do not come in and click message. Sometimes they'll just pre-click this. Do not do this. It'll cause your cost to be 10 times higher. Anytime you choose lower funnel, meaning you send to a link or you are driving to a chat, Facebook notices that and they penalize you, and your engagement rate's lower, which causes a double penalty. My favorite thing to do 90% of the time, not all the time, is I want to make it look natural. So no button, and I want to get just video views. So I don't want that. See, it chooses send message if you choose Messenger. So I'll say no button. And then I'm going to choose an audience that I think is going to, I want to do high relevancy. So if this is Rich Schefren, and this also includes other people in his audience, then, maybe I'll choose the people who are interested in affiliate marketing, right? Because they're going to know who he is. Or people in Miami, or saved audiences or custom audiences, right? I've got a lot of these audiences, people who are in digital marketer. Actually, I like that. I can even cross audiences. So the people at digital marketer and social media marketing world, they already know who I am. So I'm spending $1 a day for 7 days. That's $7, right? If you have your public figure page open, you can open it now and follow along with me. I'm spending $1 a day for 7 days against this one post. I choose an audience that ideally is 20 or 30,000, but if you are trying to do micro-targeting where you're trying to incept a particular audience, like people who've been to your site or orthodontists that are in Calgary or what have you, that's going to be really small, then it's okay to be small, or just know they're going to charge you way more. So they all hit boost, and that's one boost. Literally making the content takes only a few seconds. I can do it right from my phone and post it right away. In fact, I like to post to Instagram, and as an Instagram business profile, that will automatically cross-post to my Facebook and cross-post to my Twitter if I have those connected. So I've posted then in 3 places at the same time, starting from Instagram, and it includes the captions too. Isn't that kind of cool? Look, here's one. We're in New York. That was just over a week ago. And you can see we're promoting the session. Here's what we're talking about.
I want to spend time with you and teach you everything I know about Facebook so you can get the most out of this amazing beast in 2020.
So that's just some simple video editing thing, which we'll cover later. You can use your favorite tool or use Fiverr, hire a virtual assistant, onlinejobs.ph, whatever, right? And in this case here, 203 plays on 208. And I just want people, oh look, only 2 cents per through. Oh, that's really good. Wow. If you can get under 10 cents, that's usually pretty good. I'm not going to add more money to it because the event's over, but you can see what's going on here. And I'm just boosting lots of these. You might boost 10, 20, 30 of these that are each just getting $7, right? And if it's working well, then I might put more money on it. Like here, we're teaching the XYZ model, and I'm actually showing it.
Become certified digital marketers through our job programs.
See, right? XYZ. Oh, people clap. See? See, that's good. And I could put more on that. Here's another one, right? I'd like to interview people at events and ask them what's going on.
Just the whole presentation, it was really inspiring, and it was really motivational.
I'm having other people do the work for me. I'm doing it off of my public figure page. And we can go on and on and on. Here's me and Paul Holm. This guy, I think he won UFC #2. You can tell he's got the cauliflower ears. And then we can boost this to anyone who is a martial arts gym owner. Because if you're an MMA or BJJ gym owner, you're going to know who this guy is because he's one of these legendary champions that opened his own gym, right? And if you hear him talking about how to do digital marketing, you're going to trust him because he's a gym owner too. Versus me, I'm a fat Asian guy. I don't know anything about fighting, right? He kicked my ass, right? So I'd have a saved audience to be able to go for that. If I had a course, or if I said, hey, come get our free guide, then I would come here and click learn more, or choose some other kind of call to action here, right? Send message. I think that Messenger is not as cool as it used to be. That was all the fad a year ago, but then Facebook now requires us to pay and the cost is higher. People have abused it from a spam standpoint. Okay, so this is my public figure page. I'm boosting lightweight content. Most of it is why and how content, meaning I'm not selling.
Maybe before you move on, there are a couple questions in the Slack or in the channel here.
I will take a look. Public figure page profile question. Should you just have your name, or is there any value in adding descriptors? Please do not add anything else. Make it just your name. Why? Because you're trying to make it look like it's you as a person, right? So let's say that, I want to be, Brad Lee. Brad Lee's famous, right? Him and Grant Cardone are best friends. And we've got, let's see, Inside Business Manager, right? Now this is called Brad Lee. It's not called Brad Lee, get your training systems, or make your courses, or Brad Lee, podcast host, or nothing. It's just Brad Lee. Why? Because it looks like a person. You want to make it look like a person. You want to make it look just like a profile. Just like here. If we go to me as a user, as a profile, this is me. Let's take a look, right? This looks like a person because it is. This is my actual profile. And here's things that I'm posting. Other people are tagging me. I don't like it when people tag me unless it actually is relevant to me. And you'll see this is from the event that we just had. What is this? Humbling words from the man, myth, and legend, Dennis. Oh, good, right? This is something we had. This guy, I called him the king of Facebook ads. His name's Azrael Ratz. He's in Jerusalem. And that's pretty cool. Oh, I should click like on that. Click like on that. Dennis has the most compassionate and loving heart. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. And this is a profile is, oh, look at this. Back of the stage, front of the stage. All these other people are saying good things. Branding's a key component. So I'm just engaging, right, on my profile. But then I'm taking the same content and I'm cross-posting it here. Oh, now I'm on Brad Lee's page. I could make a post as Brad Lee, but I don't think he'd like that, unless it was related to him. But I can promote it from my public figure page. And if I've got a constellation of these pages, let's say it's Ed Milet, and we've got his page. We've got lots of pages here, by the way. We are behind so many of these public figures. See, notice the timeline cover video. Notice the snippets that we're putting here, largely from things like interviews and podcasts and his house and his private jet and all these sorts of things, right? See, look.
Milet, I've been very fortunate to have mentors in my life that have helped me achieve my biggest and boldest dreams in my life. Heck, one of them's right behind me here, one of our homes. I'm on the boat. It's one of those as well. Maybe you've got dreams like that as well. Maybe it's something material. Maybe it's something you want to do for your family. Maybe it's a cause or something in your church, your faith, that you wish you could fund more deeply.
Notice this is off of his public figure page. He is promoting his book, so he did put the URL, so that's why Learn More is there. And look at how this post is performed. 2 cents a through play. Of the 96,000 reach, 21,000 through plays, that is 23%. That's pretty good. Average is 10% on Facebook. We would love to see 20+%. And you can see, oh, we spent 500 to 1,000. We can also look at the sales by looking at the Google Analytics and see where the traffic came from, right? A lot of stuff here, pretty cool. But we're promoting from here. Lots of, actually, we didn't even boost this one. Look, happy's the new cool. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Like a cool mindset, motivational kind of quote. 10,000 reach, 1,000 engagement, we're getting 10%. That's great, right? If we can get 10%, that means that post is doing well. We could probably boost it. In fact, I could come here and look at the analytics and see that that's the case. I like to do it inside Business Manager. You should have all your assets inside Business Manager, including your personal ads account. So if we look inside the Business Manager and I come over to Insights, I'll see which of my posts are doing the best, and then therefore which ones I should boost. The idea of boosting is throwing fuel on the fire on the things that are doing well. So let's see all posts. You don't have to have this kind of traffic for it to be meaningful to you. So let's see. Some of these have higher reach, but I really want to look at what's got the highest engagement. Usually the things that have the highest engagement are those that also have the highest reach because they reinforce each other. The more people that engage, the more people are going to, you know, the reach then increases. It's secondary reach, not the initial reach. So let's see, this one, 1,600, 2,400. The clicks are usually more valuable than the reactions, comments, and shares. If it's sending people to a site, let's see. Are any of these videos? Let's see a little further. The beauty of a lot of these things, oh wow, this one's doing really well. 6,100 and 2,600, 98 reach. What is about this one? And even if this was a month ago, I can still boost it. In fact, I can take posts from a long time ago and I can put money, literally like a couple of years ago, I can still keep putting money on it. So this had 98,000 in the reach. Usually the reach is not because it's a great post, but because of the engagement that drives secondary and tertiary reach. Facebook wants us to spend money. And we had almost a 10% engagement rate, which is pretty good. 1,500 likes, comments, and shares, 184 comments, which is, it's like 15%. That's not 14%. It's not as good as we want. I want this to be more of a ratio of like 1 to 5 if I can, but that's okay. It's still pretty good. Most of these are post clicks, which are other clicks, which are navigational clicks. This negative feedback, 13 and 19, adds up to 32. 32 times 100 is 3,200, which is the weight of the negative feedback. The 3,200 is drowned out by the 6,000 post clicks and the 2,600 likes, comments, and shares. A negative feedback counts for minus 100. I need 100 of these to outweigh one negative feedback. So I absolutely care about this negative feedback. It is a big deal. That is why you don't get coverage in the newsfeed. It's because you're negative feedback here. Yeah, you wonder. It's not because Facebook's trying to force you to do ads. It's because this is hurting you. Okay.
Now that we're talking about metrics, Dennis, I just wanted to call out the $7 a day or the $1 a day for 7 days that you mentioned earlier. And why is it $1 a day for 7 days, or what's behind that strategy?
The $1 a day is the minimum you can do. So let's take a look. Let's go to some other. I've got hundreds of these public figure pages. Let's go to. Actually, I'll make fun of Mark because he's not here right now. Mark is off doing some errands. So here's Mark as a person. And then if we see Mark as a page. By the way, I came up with the $1 a day technique years ago. I think, Devin, you wrote a great article on it. Because it's the minimum that you can spend. And
well, I've tried to demystify it over the years. I'm like, okay, well, he's doing this $1 a day thing, but that's not very much. So what do you do next after you spend the $1 a day? Or how much money do you need to spend to know something's a winner and to put more money on it? And I think you've said before, like Larry Kim has said, you got to spend like $50 on something to determine whether or not it's a winner. You think it's maybe closer to 20 or 30. I'm obsessed with the benchmarks. I want to know more about how do these guys know that they've got a winner on their hands?
Okay. So unless you have money to burn, I don't think any of us do, but if you do, go ahead and burn the money. And sometimes, lighting a pile of money on fire publicly is a great way to get attention. That's like Ty Lopez with his Lamborghinis and mansions. That's just lighting money on fire, right? Could be rented money, fake money, right? Play money you can buy on Amazon for $20 for a stack of $100,000 fake bills, whatever, right? But $1 a day is a smart way to test. And this is nothing more than incremental sequential testing. So I've got a post here. I think it's a good post. I mean, look, here we are featured on the news, and there's the video here. And I could send people to watch this replay, or I could realize that this last week, we were speaking at the largest social media conference in the world, which is put on by Social Media Examiner. It's called Social Media Marketing World. And I want those people to see, not only do we speak on stage, but we're also in all these other places because we're trying to build perceived authority. And in another session, we talked about why perceived authority is so important. So here's $1 a day, 7 days, very simple targeting. This is a pretty big audience, as you can see. This one's got 510,000. I'm not going to reach everybody. So for $1 a day, Facebook's saying, it's usually pretty accurate, I can reach 100 to 300 people. It could be a remarketing audience, like anyone who's been to my site or watched another video, but I'm just choosing a broad audience here that I know is going to be relevant and letting Facebook do the work to figure out, of the 510,000, who is the, let's say, average 200 people, the best 200 people to see it. Because Facebook knows whether you're on, you know, in the bathroom, Facebook knows if you're eating dinner with your wife, Facebook knows all this stuff. And for example, here we've tagged our buddy Emmerich, who is now at $1 million a month ARR for his software company. This was just a couple days ago. Oh, look, there's AJ photobombing us, right? I could even do double inception, and I could say, look at AJ Wilcox photo bombing us. And I could then boost this to all the people who are fans of Agora Pulse, which is social media marketing software. I can boost it again to fans of Social Media Examiner. Do I know which one's going to work the best? I don't. Am I going to have the default learn more button? No, because it's going to 5x my cost. Because Facebook knows this. Doing the same thing. $7, 7 days. There it is, right? And when I boost a whole bunch of these, I'm letting Facebook do the work for me with the micro-targeting, which is OCPM based on objectives. This is, the boosting post is the post engagement objective. So it's going to target people that are more likely to engage. And look, they even want me to add more money. Not yet, only if it's winning. And if I have 10 of them, this is key, listen. If I have 10 of these, on average, 1 is going to do well, okay? And it's not because I suck. It's not because Facebook's trying to hurt me. It's just because that's how it is. Like when we did it for the basketball team, right, the Golden State Warriors, or have done it for small businesses, or done it for whatever, this is just how it works. It just seems like 1 in 10 seem to work well. And I think you'll find it's true. It's like the power law. Like when I'm out taking pictures, I take lots of pictures because I know that, you know, probably 1 in 10 of my pictures is going to do well. So I'm going to target this audience again, but maybe I want to try a different audience. Maybe that's not the right audience. Maybe it's our courses on Fiverr. And I know that, you know, Fiverr's been promoting our content. So I can do this. And I can even take a boost that I already made and I can boost it again, or I can switch the boost. See, a lot of people, this is something almost nobody knows. So notice how I just boosted this one post. Here it is, right? Here it is. It's creating the ad. Now I hit boost post again. And I can say, let's see. That's not it. I can have 2 boosts running at the same time. Right? Real strawberry milk looks like. Oh, he must have posted this before I even noticed it. But I'll scroll down and see if I can find another one that's like this. There's Jay Bear. There's Brennan. I can tag them. This is at registration. We were just getting in. I can have 3 or 4 boosts running at the same time right here. See if I can find one of these other ones that's boosted. We haven't boosted any of these. Oh, look, here's an interview. Tommy Mello. We're going to go see him in an hour and change. So when this is over, we're going over there. Oh, there's Joshua B. Lee. Let's see. Going on stage. I didn't boost any of these. Wow. Click like page. The boost here is unavailable because we are sharing. I think we're sharing another share. Yeah, this is another post.
I think one thing I'm noticing as you're scrolling is a lot of these videos don't have captions. And somebody asked in the comments, it's like, how much do captions really matter versus not matter?
Well, it depends. In this case here, let's see if we want to hear what Mark's saying.
Let's make this video, because the point is that you're endearing yourself to the internet.
This audio is not very good. What I'm trying to do with these things is to say, oh, this Mark guy is really important. He's speaking in front of a lot of people, right? So you don't really need the sound to do that. So for what we've done with sports is just showing the highlights. You don't need to see the sound. You know, you don't need to hear the sound on that. So this, I can continue to add more money. Look, I got a 10% through play rate. What is my cost per through play? 2 cents. Wow, that's really good. Okay, I can put more money on it. And how much have I spent? $7 out of 11. Look, they're trying to say add $11 for one day. I don't think so. I think I'm going to add, and this is just after the conference. So all these people were spending money trying to advertise at the conference and whatnot. I can basically run a virtual conference all day long. So I will let it go for a few more days. And then it'll say your budget needs to be at least $16. Oh, really? $17 for $1 a day. See, minimum budget's $1 per day. So there we go. Right there.
Michael asks, does this work well for LinkedIn, or does the cost make it harder for someone just getting started?
LinkedIn's a little tougher because they want a $10 a day minimum budget. But if you choose a small audience and if you have really high quality content like Square Video, then you can get away with that. Yeah, you see, we've got lots of these here. This one, see, even I boosted it. You can see who boosted it. I'm practicing what we preach.
And Catherine asks, is this the same strategy for Instagram? Does it work the same over there, or is it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
What you're going to see here, if I look at this boosted post, you see this here where it says automatic placements? I'm going to keep this on. And I'm going to keep it on whether I'm doing it inside Ads Manager or I'm doing it right here natively boosting on the page, because this covers Instagram as well. So if I look at Instagram, Instagram's part of Facebook, it has the same ad platform. Yes, I can boost from Instagram natively. It just doesn't work quite as well. Okay, it goes one way, but then not the other. It goes from Facebook to Instagram, but not Instagram back to Facebook. See, this is the one I was showing you earlier with Andrea Vall. And, oh, here's a post of me and Ann Handley.
Ann Handley, what is the key to delivering a great keynote?
The key to delivering a great keynote is to practice your face-off, to not leave your hotel room the day of the keynote, and actually just drive yourself nuts by delivering it to yourself in the mirror over and over and over again until you get it right.
Isn't that awesome?
And I think actually just practicing.
And then I try to trip her because
4,000 people.
She's a professional speaker. She was the closing keynote a couple of days ago. Everyone in the world of content marketing knows who she is. She's got that book, Everybody Writes. But then check out what happens
here at Social Media Marketing World. Last question.
Yes.
If you're a professional speaker and author.
Yeah.
5 things that begin with the letter H.
Oh, for God's sakes, Handley. That's my name.
That's why I chose
I can
H.
use that, right?
That's one.
Handley. H-E-M Rush. Hean.
All right.
Hennis.
All right.
Happy.
Happy. There you go.
Yay, 5.
Thank you.
See, it's always moments like that. You catch people off guard. And we're not trying to make her look bad. We're just trying to capture these moments. Now, I've got this on my phone. And as I showed you, it's on my Amazon and it's my Dropbox, my Google, it's my Apple, so I can cross-post it everywhere. So when I've got these moments, these little moments like here's Mark's on stage, we're at a conference, here's somebody giving us, oh, this is the
so here
organizer.
Eric of ClickRain, they run the Trend Digital Conference. Eric, tell us, what do people need to know if they want to start their own conference?
Well, if you want to start your own conference, number one, I think is you got to have good people behind the scenes. So everybody wants to be that person.
See, lots of these short moments, these are just, or even here, this is when I'm getting ready.
Cover over where the camera is, especially the iPhone 11 where there's 3, you want to use 2 hands. If you use one hand, it's not going to be as good. Now this lanyard is the one that they're using, but if you bring your own lanyard, you can also represent your own company, right? So we'll always put this right here so that they're ready to do this. Hey, Adam. The other thing is you want to have other speakers and know who they are.
Do you work for Facebook?
For sure, you betcha.
You betcha?
No.
Can you give me tickets to the Warriors? I'm just kidding. Rattling off the 6 things that piss you off.
Yeah. Just Adam knows.
All right.
Yeah, good.
See, we're just creating content along the way, right? A lot of the behind the scenes stuff, right? And it's when you do the behind the scenes documentary stuff that you put on your public figure page and you start to boost it, people can't tell the difference between whether it's your public figure page. Now, this is a public figure page. Look, it's a page. I've got ads, I've got analytics. I'm putting $1 a day against a bunch of things. And you're going to find, because 1 in 10 of these work, after you put out 30 or 40 of these, that some of them you're just going to put more money on. And when that's the case, those start driving you leads. And then you start building remarketing audiences against what's working, especially when you see high-powered people come in and comment. Like, these people I know are important. Not to say no one's not important, right? But it could be just silly little things. And you'd never know. You will have so much business from people that are commenting that you then bring into the messages here. Look, all these people are commenting. Look, Paul Fabretti, this is the global head at Microsoft of social media for Microsoft and a couple other things. I'd love to connect. Yeah, this happened just now. What are your plans? Would you not like to get Microsoft as a client? That's pretty good. Actually, you don't want Microsoft as a client. They are hard to deal with. Oh my goodness. The amount of bureaucracy just to get what you think is a good deal for 50 grand or 100 grand ends up being that you need to charge more. See, look, people are hitting us up. Hey, do you believe in the end game Facebook strategy, high budget camp? No, I don't do that. How many conversions before you start testing end game? I don't know, 100 plus.
So I think Dennis is really demonstrating a lot of expertise here, and I was pleasantly surprised to see everybody sharing their videos and that you guys had kind of followed up on that. It is, I don't know, watching Dennis, I always get a little bit anxious just seeing him do this, because it's over here and it's over there and he's doing this, and it's, you know, the framework around it, I know a lot of people appreciate as well. So
let me show you one last thing, and then let's go to our final 5 minutes to assign homework and have something for next week. So I am not, in case you're worried about, oh my goodness, he went all over the place, I need to write all this stuff down. We do have this $1 a day course, okay? And this is for all of our Vendastian partners. And I've already answered all these questions somewhat, like why $1 a day? How do you boost? Which post do you boost? How do you organize it? You build it back to your topic wheel. What kind of targeting do you have? When do you kill a post? When do you add more? How do you stack these posts so they start to build more power for you at different stages in the funnel? Eventually down to a sale or a lead for you to get more clients and for your clients to be able to get more business. So this is all part of the training that the fact you're here for Think Tank means you're super smart, because you're getting free consulting from us because Vendasta is paying for this, okay? Like, if you were to try to get me and Mark and other folks to consult for you, it would be expensive. But thank goodness for Devin and Brendan and these other folks, you get to ask these questions here. So definitely take advantage of this. And all this training, every week we present a new topic. All right, let's go back to our comments here. We got a couple of these folks here. Oh, Michael made his public figure page. Happy to connect with you. Joe says, happy to check out his video. All these recordings will be available later. All the standard things that you'd expect from a webinar, right? All the follow-up items. Same thing for Instagram. I think we covered most of these questions here. Now we've got 5 minutes left. So maybe we can, if other people have questions, now's your chance. Otherwise, we can talk about our homework assignment. Does it sound good to you guys? Yes? So don't miss your chance. Don't be like, I was going to.
This is it, everybody. Last minute questions. And if you don't have a question, even feel free to turn on your mic and tell us what you liked about this week or what you found helpful. It would be great to get some of that feedback to Dennis.
And just let us know, for example, here in the comments, we got 22 people. My goodness.
All right.
You have a public figure page.
We have a question over here.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jerry.
We're having a little bit of a struggle recording our videos. We did actually do one for a client for 16 minutes, but even the short shots, the real small 30-second 1 minutes, what's the fastest way to get them up and on? Because we're spending a lot of time loading them up to our platform, waiting for it to get done, putting in descriptions, and then sending it. And what we want to do is just blast quickies,
Yeah. So two things. One is the collection of the video in such a way that it's easy to process by someone else. So my favorite way to do it with small business owners that don't really do well in front of cameras is I would sit down and interview them face-to-face and hold the camera to the side. So maybe Jerry is interviewing, and is it your wife, is holding the camera off to the side. That way they don't have to look in the camera. And you film it as a continuous interview that's 20 minutes long. Don't start and stop. Just start out by saying, hey, we're going to record this continuously. We're going to pull out little snippets that are maybe 15 seconds or a minute. So don't worry about trying to be perfect, and just start with simple questions that say, hey, where are you from? And what's your favorite restaurant in town? And tell me about your kids, or, that kind of stuff. Right.
So yeah, and really appreciate that. I think the question is around the platform uploading and that type of thing. We have a Vimeo account and
I hear your question. I'm trying to answer it in a larger way, because people that just, if you don't film the video right, a video editor is going to be super frustrated, and it's going to cost you 10 times more money, and it's going to be a problem for you. Okay. This is something, we have done this hundreds of times. I'm telling you, you need to learn how to capture this thing right. When it is captured right, then the editing becomes simpler. The last thing a video editor wants to do is mess around with stuff that is just not organized properly, and you give them a 30-minute mess or a bunch of these random snippets. When you have everything organized into whatever your favorite choice is, in this case, I like to record off of my phone. And I've got the iPhone 11, which works super well. You can use a DSLR if you want, but I just like doing this. See, look, this is Nick Kuzmich.
Hey, I'm Nick Kuzmich. In this video,
no screen share anymore, but that's okay.
Oh, anyway, that was Nick Kuzmich, and that's right. I turned the screen share off. So then I send that file, or the Google Drive that has all those items in a folder, to whoever my assistant is. Now, if you have enough clients that you have enough work for an ongoing full-time video editor, then that's where we would send it. You could also do Fiverr, you could do Upwork, you could have someone in-house, which I don't recommend unless they're paying you a significant premium, and then have them go through this 1-minute video course that bridges understanding how do you shoot it, how do you upload it, and how do you edit it, right? So here's all these tips on editing. We also have, if you want to go deeper, like the stuff on storing and tagging and captioning, we have our video editing course. Now, most agency owners don't want to get to this level of detail just because it's, kind of a pain. But here's the course for video editors. And it goes through the links and the tools. And some folks want to do things like hit Film Express, which is simple, and other folks want to use Premiere, which is what we prefer, where you have pros that are using pro tools. This is how we do transcription. We use otter.ai. You can use the YouTube transcription. You can run it through Fancy Hands or even rev.com, which is great, but they're going to charge you $1 a minute. Sometimes that's just not necessary, right? Here's how you process lots of videos if you've got multiple clients. We set up an internal YouTube channel that has everything.
Yeah, on the screen. Sorry, Dennis.
Oh, shoot. That's right. I'm not sharing the screen anymore. Well, let me go back
We'll get all the stuff. We'll share all the stuff. I do want to stay on time here because I know we're at the top of the hour. So what's the homework for this week?
The homework is make sure that you have boosted one post, at least one post. By the way, here's the video editing course. All these pieces here. Here is our 1-minute video course. It has all the different steps on what you need to do, right? But make a 1-minute, if you completed the assignment from last time, which is make a 15-second video or 1-minute video for yourself, for your client, whatever it is, put that on your public figure page and spend $1 a day for 7 days. And if you want to be, if you're feeling sort of extra credit, you want to go for the A, then boost 10 of them. And you can post them all at the same time. You don't have to space them out, and just put them out there for $1 a day. And you might spend $70, but you're going to learn a lot for $70. You're going to learn a lot about the process on how you're collecting these different pieces of content. You're going to see why collecting small pieces of content that is stored on your phone that you then post on your public figure page and then you're able to boost out is going to drive you so much inbound traffic. And proof enough is, look at this, right? These people are coming in, they're going to buy our stuff. They're going to buy our training, they're going to hire our services, and we don't need to say anything to try to convince them to buy from us because they've seen our stuff. They feel like they're with us, but they don't realize it's off of their public figure page. So that's your homework, right? Boost off of your public figure page, your 15-second videos, 1-minute videos, and send them in advance, and we can take a look at them and play the top few at the beginning of next week's session.
Love it.
Guys, you ready to do that?
Your page if you don't have one first, boost a post, boost 10 if you want the A+, and find your winner. So thanks a lot, Dennis. Dennis really leads by example. I mean, this is awesome seeing him do so much of this content posting live right before our eyes. So it really shows you how much more we all could be doing. If you have any more questions, just drop them in the chat or the Slack.
Thank you so much, Dennis.
Oh, hearing some thanks coming through. Right on. Seeing some smiles too. People look happy on the Friday afternoon. That's great. Good.
Guys, you all better action on this like right now. This is like unbelievable.
Everyone feel fired up.
Everyone here, like we're posting in the groups. Like, come on, guys, let's do this.
All right.
I'm watching. If Dennis isn't, I'm watching.
I'm watching you.
Andrew's fired up. Right on. Thanks, everybody. Great weekend. We'll catch you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. See you guys soon.